Hey fellow busters, today I'll be taking a look at the new blue option cards found in the new evolution booster set for the Digimon card game. So, as always, just a reminder, option cards are not color based, so they're splashable into any decks. However, most of option cards are generally based around the theme of the color, so in this case for blue, most blue option cards will focus more heavily towards discarding evolution origin cards. Starting off, we have our one-cost option card, Hellfire, with the main effect of, during this turn, one of your Digimon gains plus 3000 DP, and a security effect of draw one and then adding Hellfire to your hand. This card is a relatively good card in the current meta. Currently, War Greymon, the super rare in the booster set, New Evolution, is pretty much the ace monster in all red decks. Due to its effect of negating the security effect of option cards, it can attack without fear of being destroyed, and being War Greymon, it has an incredibly high DP, meaning more likely than not, it's going to survive the security check. As such, by increasing your own Digimon's DP by 3000, it will allow you to attack that rested War Greymon, allowing you to counterattack. 3, 2, 1, go. As such, I feel like Hellfire will be run in quite a lot of blue decks. Moving on to our next option card, Pollen Storm. Pollen Storm is also a one-cost option card with a main effect of draw 1 and a security of draw 2. 3, 2, 1, go. This card is overall a -1 in that it costs 1 to play to draw, whereas instead of just running this card, you can just put in another card and actually have drawn that. However, if this card is flipped for its security effect, you do get to draw 2, which is an overall +2. However, as a security card, you would much rather have something that would either destroy your opponent straight up or give you something better than draw 2. However, it could be run in other, more themed decks, such as one that runs Promo Wear Garurumon, which requires you to have more cards in your hand in order to activate its effect. So as such, I can't really recommend Pollen Storm being run in any decks. Our next card is the 2-cost Rebirth Arrow. This card's main effect is, until the end of turn, it gives one of your Digimon jamming. Jamming is a very good effect in that it allows your Digimon to not be destroyed when battling during a security check. Rebirth Arrow also has security effect of adding this card to your hand. So this card is overall a decent card. By enabling you to use jamming, the effect for the turn, it allows your Digimon with low DP to safely attack without fear of being destroyed from security Digimon. However, the offside is, if they do flip an option card for security effect, those could ruin your plans. But as it's only a 2-cost card, this could be quite vital for decks that maybe run speed aggro decks that have multiple security attack with the drawback of low DP. By having jamming, you'll be able to check all the security checks that you can without having to worry about being destroyed. So overall, I think this is a pretty good card in certain decks. Our next card is Lovely Attack. It costs 3 with a main effect of discarding all evolution origins of one of your opponent's Digimon, but it has no security effect. So this one is actually really good. While it does not have a security effect, it does allow you to discard all evolution origins from one opponent Digimon. By doing that, you effectively render one of your opponent's Digimon to its base stats. As blue cards thrive on having opponent Digimon with no evolution origins, Lovely Attack will make a great addition to any blue decks, especially currently when most of the red decks require many evolution origins to maximize their utility, such as the new Tamer card Taichi, which gives all red Digimon with 4 or more evolution origins +1 security attack. So as such, this card is definitely going to be run in blue decks and possibly even in non-blue decks in my opinion. So moving on to our next card, we have Glacier Cross Freezer, a 4-cost option card with a main effect that reads, until the end of your opponent's next turn, all of your opponent Digimon that have no evolution origins cannot attack. And it has a security effect that has the same thing of, during this turn, all opponents' Digimon with no evolution origins cannot attack. So this card is mostly a defensive card. Play this and suddenly you don't really have to worry about being attacked next turn. Overall, there's not much to say on this card, except that this card is most definitely going to be run in blue decks over being splashed in other decks, as only blue cards generally allow you to discard evolution origin cards. So overall, this is a fairly average card, maybe slightly above average in blue decks depending on how it's used. Finally, let's take a look at our 7-cost Nail Crusher option card. It has a main effect of discarding all opponents' evolution origin cards in play, and a security effect that does the same thing. In a blue deck that runs an opponent having no evolution origins, this card is great as it discards everything, so even if one Digimon gets destroyed, they will still have one more evolutionless Digimon in play for you to abuse. However, by having such a high cost, it seems better to just run Gaia Force instead, as Gaia Force will straight up destroy one Digimon, and only costs one more. As losing evolution origins usually only allows you to utilize effects instead of hindering your opponent, as they can still use their Digimon to attack even when they lose their evolution origins, I can't see this card being a staple in blue decks, especially when the 3-cost lovely attack is much more cost efficient. Maybe in the second booster set, with the arrival of the trash control color black, they'll release cards that count the number of Digimon in the opponent's trash. And at the end, as always, here's the parallel version of Nail Crusher. Even in the card game and as ultimate level Digimon, the rivalry between Leomon and Ogremon continues. Anyways, that's it for this review of the blue option cards. Have any comments or opinions of your own about these cards? Let me know down below. Hope you enjoyed this review, and thanks again for watching. Buster-kun here, heading down that swanky street.